Good morning. Good morning, y'all. It is yet again Wednesday, July 6th. We are already, what is it, in the first week, right? The first full week of July. How are y'all feeling being in another month, another month? And so this is the seventh month. This means that we are past the first half of this year. Like we're already past halfway. We're past the halfway mark. How are you feeling? Are you still working towards what it is that you had set forth at the beginning of this year? I know that time has passed by so quickly. My goodness. If it hasn't for you, then I need to speak to you because whatever you're doing, that's working. But for me over here and for my household, it has been zipping past. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Good morning. Hey, good morning, beautiful. It has been zipping past. So it's been something for me. But how are you guys with your goals? Are you still walking in the direction of where it is that you said you were going to go? Are you still remaining, are you still in alignment? Are you still, that's what I want to say. Are you still remaining in touch with those goals? Are those things still something that's on your mind, still something that you're working towards? And not only just working towards, but is it something that you're still believing in and believing for? That's the thing. So I want you to, I want to tap you on the shoulder real quick. And I want to remind you that even if your exterior situation, as we always talk about, doesn't reflect that of you coming up on your goals or you even being close to obtaining those goals. Just because that is the case, it does not mean that you won't. It doesn't mean that you've fallen short. It does not mean that time is good morning. Good morning, cousin. It does not mean that you can't obtain those goals. It does not mean that you aren't you aren't going to be able to. Sometimes we look at where we are and what it is that we're doing and how things are playing out, and we're measuring whether we're going to be able to obtain our goals and achieve them based upon what is going on outside of us. This is the thing. We can't control what's going on outside of us. What we control is, what do I always say? Our thoughts, beliefs, and our actions. So if that's something that you said, that's something that you spoke, that is something that you claimed in the beginning of this year, then honey, still work towards it as if it is going to happen. Because unless you got a tap on your shoulder from God, right, and say, you know what, I need you to go a different way. I know that you said you wanted this, but actually I want this for you. So I need you to turn. I need you to change your goals just a little bit. Unless you've heard something different, then I'm telling you that it's still there. It's still there for you. You just have to walk. These things that you are claiming and you are wanting and you are desiring are right behind this door. But a lot of times we get so weary when we're walking and we're just like, oh my gosh, man, it just seems like it's going to be forever to get to this door. Am I going to be able to get to this door? I don't know. Man, I probably shouldn't have said what I said. I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it doesn't happen to people like me. Like, I know these goals I can't achieve this. And we make up all this stuff because we don't. And what happens is that we get this close. We were this close to the door and we give up. And we say, you know what, maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe another time. Maybe it wasn't right for me. Maybe God didn't want that for me. No, no. You have said these things and you declare these things for a reason. You have said what it is that you want. You have spoken the word. You have declared these things at the top of the year or whenever you did it, right? You did that for a reason. So when you're asking for those things, and we've gone over this before, where I said you need to back your ass up, right? When we're asking for these things, what we have to be prepared for is what we are going to get in return, right? And a lot of times, what we get in return doesn't match or doesn't quite match what we thought. Okay, so I'll give myself for example. Y'all know I've been declaring this is my $1 million year, right? So in my mind, at the top of the year, when I said this is my $1 million year, and that's what was confirmed, and I'm feeling good, and I told you guys, so that's what I was led to do, and in my mind, what was going to happen was that I had just gotten off of my best year in real estate, right? So then I'm like, shoot, we're going to roll that in to this year. And my million is going to come from what I'm already doing, what I'm already doing. And that went well last year. So I can do even better this year. And I'm going to blow it out the water. So that in my mind, that's how it was going to be. I was going to remain in real estate. I was going to get the money. And, that was going to be my $1 million years. Plain and simple, easy, bam. I had it already planned. But then I was led to kind of let go of real estate. And y'all know, if y'all have watched my other videos, that's where I am right now, of the process of letting go and releasing this thing that I've been doing for a few years, right? So in my mind, that's not how it was going to play out. It wasn't going to play out where I was actually letting go of the thing that I thought was going to bring me the money. And I also didn't know that I was going to go, what is it now, almost 7 months without any income. That doesn't look like a $1 million year to me, right? And for you guys, I know that that doesn't look like a $1 million year, because who do you look out and you say, wow, they haven't made money in almost 7 months. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the year, boom, they're a millionaire. What? What? But you know what? I'm still hanging on to that goal. I'm still hanging on to it. The thing is that I have no idea how this is going to happen, how the dots are going to connect, what is going to happen. But I know for sure that he hasn't tapped me on the shoulder to tell me that it's not going to happen. He hasn't tapped me on the shoulder and told me that I need to change and reframe my goals. So if that is the case, then I am going to stand true and stand on what I said in the beginning of the year, no matter what is going on, no matter how things are playing out. But what I did receive is the things that I didn't think that I was going to receive, things that I have to go through, things that I have to grow through, things that I have to learn, things that are coming, that situations that are being presented that are now showing me my weaknesses and the things that I have to get better in. That is what I mean by when we release this stuff, when we say that we want this, when we're asking for something, you have to be prepared for what comes and what follows. And a lot of times it's not what we think that is going to follow. And because of that, because we said that it's going to be a certain outcome, and because we're attached to that, and because we have now formulated that in our minds, and that's what we're expecting to happen, when the opposite or something different of that comes and it's not matching what we said in our heads, then that's when we start getting disappointed. And that's when we start reverting. That's when we start questioning whether this is actually going to happen, whether this was the right goal to set, whether this was the right time, where we have all these different things that flow up. But it's only because our exterior and what is happening isn't matching what it is that you said in your head. So I want you to start releasing the outcome. Just start letting it go. Just start letting it go. However this plays out is however it plays out. You know the end goal. The end goal is for you to have your $1 million year. The end goal is for you to have your dream job by the end of this year. Your main goal, or whatever it is that you set, is for you to be able to start your business by the end of this year. Whatever it may be, you hold on to that. You hold on to that. You know the end. But once your mind starts trying to formulate how this is going to happen, just let that go. Just let that go. And that's what I've kind of gotten into the habit of doing. And it's, I say the habit, but I'm speaking prematurely because it's not a habit yet, but I'm speaking it into an existence because we know our words are powerful, right? So it is becoming a habit. And it's where now I see what I do is that when things happen, when I am contemplating, or I am setting a goal, or I am moving into something else, or I'm doing something different, it's like I register and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. But then immediately after, my mind starts planning how it's going to happen. And I've just learned to just walk away from it. It's just like, hey, oh, all the way from Uganda? Oh my gosh. Hey, hey. Oh my gosh, I'm so blessed. Thank you. Thank you. Um, your mind automatically starts planning. That's what was happening. And so I just learned just to walk away. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk away from that because the how, it really isn't any of my business, because I don't, that's a weight that I have decided I don't want to carry. I don't want to. I don't want to. You may want to, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do, then that is great. But for me, I don't want to. I don't want to carry that burden. I've carried that burden for so long and trying to figure that out. And it's just time and energy that I am spending trying to figure out something that I don't have to figure out. Like, I'm making it more difficult than what it actually can be. And what brought me, what was a real live example about that, you know what? I'm gonna wait till we pray. Ha! And I'm gonna give you that example because it just happened yesterday and it hit me. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that is exactly what I'm doing. So, and what we do sometimes. So before we get into that, because we've already gone like 12 minutes, I'm gonna pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity to just be with my family and just speak about you and just the magnificent things that you're doing in my life and what I'm seeing and you doing in other people's lives, and just being able to share the ups and the downs, the lessons that we've learned and how we've grown through them. Lord, I thank you for allowing me to have this platform and this opportunity to just be able to just grow together with other people who are like-minded, who want the same thing and who are seeking you and seeking their purpose and their calling in this world, and just want to be that light that you hit me this morning, that light that's on the top of the hill. They don't want to be hidden anymore. They want it to shine bright. So I just thank you for us being together again, having this morning, having every Wednesday together to spend, and just for us to just get this midweek pump and this motivation to be able to tackle the rest of the week, and just to go into it just as fully as we started, and just as confident as we started, no matter what we may face during the week, no matter what may come our way, just understanding that we are built for this. You have called us to do this stuff, and just you have called us for such a time as this. So no matter what it is that we face, no matter what it is that comes our way, no matter the obstacles, no matter the trials, we are built for this. There is nothing that will come and knock us down. And if we do get knocked down, Lord, I promise you, and I thank you for this, is that we will not be knocked down very long. We are going to get up. And I thank you for helping us up every single time. We may trip, we may fall, we may get bruised. I thank you for being there and just tending to our needs and tending to our wants, and just being that ear and just being that soft, safe place for us to just lay our heads and just being able to just tell you the real, tell you what's going on, tell you our fears, tell you our doubts. And I thank you for just taking all of those burdens and just putting them on yourself, relieving us from it, and you dealing with it. I thank you for leading us. I thank you for guiding us. And I thank you for doing the heavy lifting that we don't have to do. I thank you for allowing us to be in flow. I thank you for allowing us to be in ease. I thank you for allowing us to realize that this is a possibility for all of us to have that, to have the ease, to have the flow, for life to be easy, even when things are coming our way that are seemingly painful, that is something that we don't want to go through. Even through that, we can still have ease, we can still have peace, we can still have joy. And I just thank you for that. I thank you for that gift. It's nothing, it is just so great. I can't even think of anything greater than that. The fact that we can go through life with peace, the fact that we can go through life with joy and happiness, no matter what may come our way. I thank you for that gift. Thank you so much. And I thank you for being here. I thank you for occupying this space, being here with me side by side. We locking arms and we doing this thing together. And I just thank you for being a constant presence in everyone else's lives who is watching, whether it be live or on the replay, Lord. I just thank you for just occupying space in their house, in their cars, in their workplaces, wherever they are, Lord, in the grocery store. I don't care. Thank you for being right beside them and locking arms with them and letting them know that they are not doing this journey of life by themselves. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And Lord, like I always pray and I ask, move me out the way. I want it to be less of me and more of you. Actually, I don't want it to be any of me unless I'm supposed to be present. But I really just want to be a participant. So just move me out the way. Just use me, use my lips, use my voice, use my body, whatever it is that you need. I'm open and I'm willing to be used for your glory and for your magnificent works, Lord. Thank you. Amen. Okay. So what I was saying, right? Yesterday, I got a real live example, real life, whatever example of how I've been and how I don't want to be anymore, right? And so my daughter had her bike, and we live on a hill. So it just goes. So once you leave out of our house, you have to go up this hill. And the hill isn't like, it's a steady incline. So it just goes and it just goes and then it just goes and it goes. And then you reach the top of the hill. And then once you reach the top of the hill, of course, you can just go down. You can just go down the hill. And so she has a bike, and she is determined to ride her bike up the hill. So I'm like, me, I'm like, cool, you can do it. But she's struggling. She's struggling to get get up the hill. And like not even really going anywhere. And I'm just like, okay, sweetie, you can get off the bike, right? You can get off the bike and you can just walk it up the hill. And then you can just ride it down and you won't have to, of course, expend as much energy as you are right now. And so she looks at me. She took it into consideration and she kept pumping. She kept going. And it just wasn't good. Like it just wasn't. She wasn't going anywhere. And so I'm like, Peyton, you can walk up the hill, right? Okay, all right. And she still did it, right? And she still did it. She kept going until she couldn't go anymore, until her legs just gave out. She was just like, okay. So she got out off the bike and started walking it up. And she was like, oh, this is easy. And I'm like, yeah, it is. That's why I was telling you to do it. But that is how we sometimes do it. I know that for me. Oh my gosh, we have it where God is pointing out, like, if you just allow me to handle this, right? If you allow me to handle this, it will be easy. It will be easier than you trying to take it on all by yourself and doing this alone. Let me help you. Look, step off the bike and just walk it up the hill. I'm right here, just walk it up the hill. And we're like, no, I'm going to do it my way. I am going to work my legs and I'm going to work up this hill because I know that I can, and I'm going to do it regardless of how hard it is. So we are literally paddling upstream when God is telling us to just turn our boats and just go down. But that is what we do, and this is what I realized that I have done even recently, right? So I told y'all a little bit about my course, my program that was given to me. What was it? I don't even. I'm going to pull out dates, right? Because it was when did I get it? Because it was the Friday I don't know what you say the Friday before, but it was on a Friday, right? And so it was the 24th of June, okay? And so I was given the idea for this program, 30 days, well, not 30 days, a month to clarity. That's the title that was given to me. I told you about that last week. And so I was given it on the 24th of June, but it was supposed to start July 1st. July 1st, which was only 6 days. It was 6 days to craft an entire program. And so I told y'all a little bit about what happened. And so I was worried about how this was going, how this was going to play out, what was going to happen, how I was going to formulate a whole program in the matter of 6 days, and for it to be as impactful as I saw it being, right? And as I've asked for it to be, because I specifically asked for transformations to occur. I wanted it to be where everyone who took that program had a visible transformation, like a shift happened and you could not deny the shift. And so I'm sitting here like, how is that going to happen? How am I going to get something like that and that impactful in 6 days? And so I spent my time trying to figure out that. And I didn't really get it. I just didn't. So then July 1st came, right? And so I was checking to see who had registered, because there were people that were saying that they were interested, that they were going to do it, and that, and this, that, and the other. And so it's like, okay, cool. So I'm trying to get my final numbers. And I checked it, and it wasn't anybody. It was zero. It was 0 people. And so I'm like, oh. And you know what happened is that I was relieved. I went, whew, okay, so now that that's over, I can go ahead and start working on this program, right? And it was like all of a sudden, I felt the ease that I should have felt in the beginning. And in that moment, I realized, wait a minute, why am I feeling the relief that it didn't happen? That what God laid on me didn't go through and wasn't quote unquote successful, right? And so I started looking into that, and what happened is that, oh Lord. And the funny thing is that I was told that the program was supposed to start July 1st. It did start. I got all that I got a boatload of stuff on July 1st. So one of the things that was revealed is that you are trying to do my job. I put it in I gave you that idea and had it where you only had 6 days, because I knew that was going to be something that was outside of your strength. You were not going to have the time. You were not going to be able to put the things together the way that you wanted to in that amount of time. So I wanted it to be constrained because I wanted you to rely on me. And what hit me yesterday while I was walking is the fact that, I don't know if y'all have heard the song, but it's Oceans by Hillsong, right? That's like one of my, oh my gosh, my favorite songs. And so I was looking for something to listen to while I was starting my walk, and then that one just popped up. And so I clicked it, and I was reminded of what I've asked for. And one of the things that I asked for is exactly what is stated in that song, to be taken out so deep that I can no longer feel the ground. I can't walk on my own. And I don't have really a choice other than to hold on to you. And so he's like, this is what you asked for. And this is what I am giving you. I'm giving you space, I'm giving you time, and I'm giving you an opportunity to be able to do this. And what happened was that you took it and you took it upon yourself, and you worried about how you were going to do it. And this is how I was. It's like God was like, look, you can just get off the bike and just walk it up the street. You don't have to ride it up. Just wait until you can just go down easily. And I was like, nah, I got this. I got this. I'm going to create this by myself. I'm going to do it. I know it's a time constraint, but I can do this. I can do this. I'm going to force it. And that's what we do sometimes. And I want us to start letting that go. So what has happened is that now I'm coming back. And he's like, all right. So this first time that I told you about this course and this program, you didn't pass the test. You ain't pass it. But it's okay because now we're on a different level. And now I reveal what it is that you need to work on and you need to work through and why this is the way that it is. So now I'm going to give you another opportunity. Hey, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you guys are joining me. Oh my goodness, it's just so many different places here in one place. I mean, one spot. But so now it's coming back around, right? And what I had what I was given as starting the program July 17th, right? And I'm like, okay, great. July 17th, this is what we're going to do. And I put it out there. And that's what I said. I said it to myself July 17th. And what I realized is that it's just so much stuff that is bubbling up and coming out. And there's so many things that this whole program, this whole letting go and releasing this, and this stepping out of the driver's seat during this time is revealing to me that I am still weak in and that I still need work in. And it's just like yesterday I had to take a walk because it was just so much. It was so much that I was dealing with. And I was like, I'm dealing with nervousness. I'm dealing with anxiousness. I'm dealing with the fact that I'm trying to figure out the how, but then at the same time, like, I'm like, nah. The how isn't my business. And it was just so much stuff. I was like, I need to go outside. I need to go outside. I need to go for a walk. And I'm just like, y'all, when we're asking for things and when we're saying this is why I say, be prepared for what may come from it, from what it is that you're asking, because you are going to get what it is that you're asking for. It just may not be the way that you think it should play out. This is what I am living right now. This is what I'm living right now. And just allowing that. And I want you guys to, when we're doing that and you're receiving these things, just allowing that to just take place. Just allow it to mold and shape you how it should. Just as if this program, right? It's really nerve-wracking to me. Like, if I really think about it, it is because then it would only be nerve-wracking because I'm trying to take it myself. And so I'm still balancing that part and still trying to kind of figure this out as I'm walking. So it's like I asked God, I said, I want to be that person that when you call me, I answer. And it's not that I just answer and just like, okay, hey, I'm up for it. So what are we doing now? It's no, I don't need to know what it is. Like, I just need to know the first step and then I'm gone. I don't need to put the things together. I don't need to have understanding on some type of level. I don't have to figure out how the dots are going to connect before I move. I just move. I move just because you told me to. And that's it. That's the person who I want to be. And so if I'm asking for that, then best believe I'm going to start getting these situations that I am put in that are going to allow me to exercise that muscle. And that's how it was with this course. It's like, okay, you want it to be where you're just, you call, I call, and you answer, and you're just like this. I'm going to give you that. You want to get out the driver's seat. I'm going to give you opportunities to be able to do that. But the weight that sometimes it carries, and that's where I have been struggling. It's like, you want something to come out and you want it to be so great, right? And I was telling my husband this the other day, and then as I was talking, I was just like, what? This makes, like, y'all will see. It didn't make sense, but this is what we sometimes think, right? So with this program, like, I'm like, yeah, I told y'all I wanted to be transformational. Yeah, I wanted to be where it is just the best thing for the people who actually need it, right? And so I'm sitting here asking God, like, I need a transformation. He's like, look, you're going to get a transformation. Don't worry about that. I'm like, I want it to be well put together. Like, I don't want to be doing it on the fly, Lord. Like, I like to have it organized. I want it to be where it's organized. People can follow it. People know what it is that they're doing. Like, I really want it to be put together. And he's like, I got you. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Because the thing is that what it's seeming like is that I'm just supposed to be kind of showing up and then you're going to do it. And I don't want to do it on the fly. And so I'm going back and forth. And so I was having a hard time with actually leaving that in his hands, because I'm sitting here like, if I control it, it may be better because I really want it to be a certain way. And he's like, well, if you just release it to me, I understand what it is that you're saying. I am taking what it is that you said that you want. Let me do it. Let me do it my way. And what I'm thinking, and this is the thing that I was like, it doesn't make any sense, because when I'm talking about this, and when I was talking about this to my husband, it was like, why are you thinking that your way is better? Why are you thinking that you being in control of it is going to help it become what it is that you want it to become, rather than just giving it to the one who gave you that idea? Why do you think he gave you the idea? And we do that so many times. God gave you the business idea. God gave you the book title. God gave you the person that you're supposed to be talking to, the job that you're supposed to be applying to, even though you think you lack experience. And we sit there and like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make this happen? Like, oh my goodness, I'm not qualified for this. Oh my gosh, I got to start this business, and I don't even know how to start a business. I don't even have people in my family that has started business. I can't even go to anybody. And we take it all on our shoulders. And he's like, I'm the one who gave you that idea. Let me do it. If you just move out of the way, so I can now do and work the way that I want to. And that's the thing that now I am trying. I'm not going to say I'm trying, because sometimes I don't like that word, but this is what I am doing, right? So once I recognize that I need to move so far out of the way, it's just like, that is my goal, to move out of the way. And this program is one that allows me to do that and to exercise this muscle. And also this, even on Wednesdays when I do this is what I get practice every single week doing this. Because I don't come here with something already planned. I don't come here usually with points and an outline. I just don't. I ask what it is that I'm supposed to be talking about. Sometimes I get a title. Sometimes I don't get a title. Y'all see, I didn't title this one because I didn't get one. So, and it just works and it just flows. And I'm understanding more and more how to just let go and just be here. And I understand, though, I did realize yesterday that it does take a level of vulnerability, because the things that come out, you have to be prepared. When you're just allowing yourself to be used, you have to be prepared for anything to come out. So it may be something that is revealed to you in y'all's secret, not in your secret time, but in your quiet time with the Lord. Or it may be where you're just like this and you're speaking to somebody and something comes out that you yourself may not have said, but it came out. And so just being okay with what may come out, what may be revealed when those layers are being peeled back, and just understanding that it is going to be okay if you put what it is that God has given you, where it is that he's calling you to go, and you put that in his hands. Sometimes we're taking it out, like he gives it to us, and we take it and we start running with it. But just taking that and putting it back into his hands and saying, you know what? Okay, I'm going to answer the call, but I know you got to figure it out. Just let me know what I'm supposed to be doing. And that is what I am working towards, y'all. So that is my goal. That is my goal. And I want that to be one of y'all's as well, of just letting go, practicing letting go, practicing where It is when you feel something, when you feel God is leading you in a way or leading you somewhere, you start moving. You start moving, just start exercising that muscle. Like you feel you need to go. Like sometimes it'll happen when you're driving, right? You're driving and you have two options. You can go this way, you can go that way. And it will end, you'll still go to or end at the same place. But sometimes you feel more inclined to go left than to go right. Go left. Start doing the small things. Just start listening to that voice inside of you. Just start leaning into your feelings and taking things step by step by step. And that is how we exercise that muscle. And that's how we reach the point that now in bigger things, we're able to just be like, all right, I'm gone. I'm gone. Whatever it is that you said that I'm supposed to do, I'm going to trust you fully. And I'm leaving. I am leaving. So one of the things that I want to say before we leave is that as I was sleeping, you know how you have that sleep but not sleep kind of thing? That's what happened early this morning. So I was sleeping, but I wasn't sleeping. And what came to me is that you are the light of the world. And obviously, I'm supposed to remind you guys that that is exactly what you are. And it says it here, Matthew 5:14, right? You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand. And it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven, right? So I want to remind you that you are a light. You are a bright light. So allow your light to shine the brightest that it can possibly shine. And the way that we do that is to start moving out the way. Start moving out the way, because what happens when we start taking things upon ourselves and we are saying that we're going to handle this, we're going to figure out how the dots are going to connect, we're going to figure out this, we're going to push this, we're going to make this happen. When we are doing that, we are dimming our light, because our energy isn't going to the place, solely to the place that we are supposed to be going, right? What we're doing is we are spreading our energy around. And so we aren't as impactful. We aren't as confident. We aren't as powerful as we need to be when we're walking into our calling and where it is that we are being called to go, because we've spent so much time and energy on other spaces that we're not even supposed to be focused on. That is how our light just becomes dimmer. And I want you to just step out and it's just like, bam. You have no choice but to see me. When I come in a room, I light it up. I don't even have to speak anything from my mouth. No words have to leave my lips. It is just my presence. It is just my aura that now you're like, dang, wow, she got it going on. He has it going on. It is something about them. And this is the thing, that when you allow that light to shine, and this is what they're saying, like allowing that to shine. So what? People may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. I want it to be where you walk in the room, people are like, man, it's something about her. It's something about him. I can't put my finger on it, but I want to be connected with them because it's something about them, and it's something that is just drawing me near. And that is the thing that they are seeing. They're seeing God working through you, but it has to be where you move out the way for people to be able to see that. He will give you a glow like no other. You want that peace, you want that happiness, you want it to be where you're doing this thing, and it just comes, and you're just in flow, and you're just doing it with ease, and it's something that you can enjoy, and it's something that you're passionate about, and it's something that you can just be creative with, and you can just let all your juices just flow. This is it. It happens in the realm of you stepping out of the way, you moving out of the driver's seat, and you saying, you know what? I release this to you because you have it figured out. You know exactly what it is that I need. You've got everything planned out, and I don't need to worry about this. I want to conserve my energy. I want to conserve everything that I need to conserve to be able to now be that much more powerful when I am going in the place that you are calling me. I'm not wasting my time doing this anymore. This is why I said I'm giving up the how. I'm giving that up. Like I'm not doing that anymore. And I don't want you to do it anymore. I want your light to shine bright. But I am going to now preface this. I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about this because I want to let you know that just as your light will draw people near, it may also scatter people away. So no matter what may happen, whether it is seemingly good, where you're thinking that you're drawing people and you're meeting people and you're making these connections and this, that, and other, and you're helping people, that's the good, right? But then sometimes when people shy away from us, we think that that's bad. And we think that we did something. And we get hurt sometimes. And I want you to know that that is change, right? So when you are making changes, and it is where, and that's the change, you are learning how to step out of the way, and you're allowing God to just take over, right? More and more, the more and more you do this, that is change that is happening in and inside of you, right? So that change and your light is becoming brighter. So what happens when I go into the bathroom, right? And I look in the mirror and the light isn't on, the most that I can see is like a silhouette. I can't really see anything. I can't see the imperfections. I can't see anything that's really going on. Like I can't see moles. I can't see anything. But the moment I put the light on, that's when it becomes clear. That's when you have that clarity. That's where I can see the moles. I can see the imperfections. I can see the things, whatever it is, I can see all of me, right? And this is what it is. So when you have a light that shines so bright, sometimes it's like you're that mirror and you turned on that light. So whoever comes in front of you is seeing themselves. And sometimes you are a reflection of what it is that they think they lack. And sometimes it's where people can't deal with that right now. Everybody is at their own levels, at different levels. And that's just what it is. And so sometimes it's where people are ready to look at that and to see like, oh my gosh, I like that. I like how she can command a room. I like that aura that she gives off. I want that. That's something that I don't have. So I want to be connected to her because I want to know what it is that she's doing. What does she have going on? Because I want that. So then those are the people that are going to draw near to you. But then there's others that's going to be like, they recognize that they don't have that. And so now I resent you for having something that I actually want and I don't have. I'm mad that I don't have it. So now you are showing me a little bit too much of myself. So I'm going to exit. I don't want to be near to you. I don't want to see what it is. And we have to be okay with that. So I don't know if somebody is experiencing that, but that definitely came to me this morning. And it just hit me out of nowhere. But just being okay during this time, during this journey, you might lose some people. But that's all right. Those people weren't supposed to be in your life. Not in this moment of your journey. Not in this season of your journey. They may come back. They may come back around. These people aren't lost forever. But it is not your job to now go hunt them down and to figure out what it is that is going on and to bring them back. That's not your job. You're doing stuff that you don't have to do. You're doing things that are outside of what it is that you're supposed to be focused on. You're supposed to be focused on what it is that you are supposed to be doing in this moment and in this season. You are supposed to be focused on where God is calling you in this season, not for the people that are falling off your train. The people that are falling off of your train, God is like, look, they're falling off for a reason. Let them go. It's okay. If it is in your best interest, I will bring them back to you. But let me do that. Let me do the heavy lifting. You just focus on the things that I'm telling you to do. That is all you have to focus on. I am telling you that once we get this, right? Once we really embody this, that is ease. That is where you are in flow. That is where you are in alignment. That is where you are able to really just let go, just let your hair down. That is where you are comfortable with taking risks because you know it's not a risk. What is really risky is you trying to drive. That's what's risky, is you being in the driver's seat. That's what you start realizing. It's just like, whoa, I've been living a whole life full of real risk. So me stepping out of my comfort zone or me doing the things that God is calling me to do and relinquishing the how to him, that's not a risk. That is me playing it safe. That's me knowing that everything is going to be taken care of. That's me doing what's best for me. So we've got to flip that lens of how we perceive things and what we actually think, and how we are moving about this and what it is that we're actually worried about. So I want y'all to just look. I want y'all to shine your light. And we know the way to do this is to step out of the way, move out of the way. So, and I want to tell you, I'm going to remind you, right? When we talked about those goals and stuff that we set, and we know that we're more than halfway through the year. And I told y'all that whatever it is that you set, it can happen. It can happen. It can still happen. I don't care about your external situation. I don't care about that. But we know that when we are focused on something and we're speaking this thing, and when we're asking for these goals to be achieved and to be met, that we are inviting things to come to be able to shape us and mold us into the person that we need to be able to achieve those goals. These things aren't happening for no reason, right? These things are happening for you, not to you. And I want us to really get that in our soul, in our very being. It's happening for you, not to you. So it doesn't matter what's happening around you. It can still happen. And if we're asking for our light to be able to shine and for us to be moved out the way, then be prepared for things to come. This is how it is. When things look, wow, when things leave our mouth, right? When we speak our words, when we're asking for something, we are always going to get something in return. Our prayers are answered as soon as they leave our lips. We've got to understand that. So I want you guys to know that, to embody that, and to be recharged and restored and motivated and inspired that your dreams and your goals that you set can happen. They can still happen. I don't care if we're at December 31st. I don't care. Until that clock strikes 12 a.m., and it is now January 1st, these things can still happen. And we still got to hold on to that belief. We still have to do the things that are coming our way. And pay attention. Pay attention to the things that are coming your way, one, and then what feelings are evoked when those things come your way. When you face obstacles, when you face trials, when things aren't going the way that you thought they should go, how do you feel? What kind of emotions are being brought up? What kind of things are you seeing about yourself? Because this is how you've got to start evaluating what it is and taking a step back and evaluating why you're acting this way. Just like I did when I got that when I came July 1st, what did I tell you I did? I saw, is nobody? Whew, okay, good. Wait a minute. And that's when I stepped back and I'm like, hold up. Why are you relieved? We got to investigate this, because that is not what we're trying to carry. And that's not what I don't want that. I don't want it. Where did it come from? Why is it here? This is what I want you to do. So those things are coming up. You're being presented with these things for a reason. It's trying to show you something. So I want us to level up on our awareness, our self-awareness, and start paying attention. So that's what I'm going to leave y'all with. I'm going to put this, look, I want to get out of the driver's seat and get in the passenger seat. Honey, look, this is what we need to be. This is why I said, Lord, I done gotten past it. I'm like, look, put me in the trunk, because knowing me in the passenger seat, you know those passenger seat drivers that I'm in the passenger seat. I'm like, wait, hold up, you're going too fast. You're going too fast. Like, slow down, slow down. Oh my gosh, we gotta make a right, and we gotta make a left, whatever. This is how I would be. So I'm like, Lord, it'd be best for you to just put me in the trunk, because I don't even know about me being in the passenger seat right now. Maybe I can work my way up to the passenger seat, but right now, just put me away. Put me away. Um, Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you too. So we've got, when he calls, just say, send me. I'll go. I'm going through the exact same situation right now. Thank you for the confirmation. Honey, look, we are in this together. We are in this together. And this is what, like, wouldn't it be, I want y'all to step in my head for a moment, right? You don't know. If you don't know, you know now. I dream really, really big. And I've always dreamed really big since I was little. I'm just a big dreamer. I'm a big believer. If you bring me anything that it is that you're working on or that you're aspiring to do and you don't know, honey, I am just going to blow that thing out the water, because I dream so big and I believe big. So this is what, like, I want y'all to see out of my eyes, all y'all that join me, right? All of y'all that are listening, whether it be live, whether you catch it at night, whether you catch it the next day, I don't even care. All of y'all, all of my family, right? If we all just get that and start exercising that muscle, we become those people who God just calls, and we go. And we go running, we go full speed. It's like all you have to do is say the word, and I am here. Like, I am always ready, and I am on guard for you and for your word, and I am listening, and I have worked on this discernment, and I understand when you're calling versus me. I understand this. Like, what? We got a whole army of people who are just like taking over, because this is the thing. This is what I see, is that we've got all of y'all, right, who are ready, armed, ready to go whenever they get the word, right? But the thing is that y'all light is going to be so bright. And what happens? What did I say? People are going to see you, and they're like, I need to get connected with them, because man, it's just something about them. And what happens? Then you get connected with those people. And then those people now breathe off of you. They're taking stuff from you, and they're saying, I want to be like you. So then their light starts shining bright. And what happens? They attract other people. And then those people now get connected with them, and they start doing what they were doing. And then their light starts. Y'all see where I'm going? Y'all see where I'm going? This is what, like, I wanted. You are in the exact same situation, because that is what you are supposed to be exercising. That is what you are. So pay attention. Pay attention. It doesn't matter if you fall. I failed the test. I told you. July 1st, I failed. I failed it. But guess what? It has presented itself again. And this is what happens. Sometimes we go in cycles, and that's okay. But we've got to wake up and see when we are going in cycles, and why we are going in cycles and repeating patterns. And so understanding that and seeing that and saying, okay, this is where I fell off last time, but I'm not going to fall off this time. I am committed. And that's what I said. July 17th, I'm committed to it. I am committed to moving out of the way. I am committed to doing whatever it is that I have to do to be able to not be present. I am committed to doing and to showing up and allowing myself to be used. I am committed to spending time daily and frequently with God to seek direction of what I am actually supposed to be doing with this program. I am committed to hearing his voice. I am committed to becoming better at hearing his voice and discerning his voice. I'm committed to being better at just moving. This is what it is. This is what you are doing. So pay attention as you're going down this road, because things are going to be revealed while you're going, because there are always things that we're going to have to work on and work through, no matter what level of our journey we are. You can be up here and you still got stuff to work on. I've made a lot of progress. I've changed significantly, and I still got stuff to work on and work through. So we've got to pay attention through every inch of our journey, because this is what is happening. God is showing you at every moment, every time, hey, I need you to work on this. Hey, I need you to pay attention. Hey, I need you to do this. I need you to focus on this. I need you to come. I need you to seek me. I need you to spend some time with me. I need you to do this. Oh, you're confused. You're confused because you fell off. I need you to get, this is what we need to do. So I am so happy to hear that you are in the same position, honey. I know that sometimes it may not be as easy, but you're going to make it. You're going to make it. You are going to make it, and you are going to become that person that you want to be. I am telling you. So always let God drive, no matter how turbulent it gets. Because if you get turbulent, you've been feeling the bumps. You're feeling the bumps. You're like, woo, oh my gosh. Are we going to slow down anytime soon? Okay, I'm getting a little nervous. And this is what happens. And it's okay, because we are who we are. We are humans. We feel. And sometimes we get worried. Sometimes we get anxious. But it is okay. It's okay to feel those things. What really matters is what you do after that. Because what you do after that, and how you're handling those things and how you're working through those, is going to determine what you do the next time it presents itself. So in that moment, we feel the feels, but then pay attention to what you do after it. What we do after matters, because we are setting the stage for how we are going to proceed and how we're going to act the next time the next time it presents itself. So behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. That in and of itself just says so much. It done told you what happens. This is why you're facing obstacles. This is why you're facing trial. It's not because you're doing something wrong. You're not. Just pay attention. Pay attention to what those obstacles bring up in you. Pay attention to what those trials raise up in you. This is what we have to pay attention to and really hone in on, because that is how we are formulating, that is how we are becoming the person that we want to become and who we need to be able to get the things that we're saying that we want to get, the things that we want to achieve, the things that God is calling us for. He's like, I called you for this, yes. But the reason why I'm calling you to do this and you don't already have it, or you haven't already mastered it, is because you haven't become that person yet. So I'm going to call you down this road, and it is a journey to become that person who I created you to be. So this is the thing. This is the part of the journey, y'all. This is part of the journey. So we gotta know that. We gotta know that. So not the trunk, honey. Yes, the trunk. Girl, look, I done told him, look, if you need to leave me on the side of the road, you can do that too. Like, I'm so serious. But I'm starting off in the trunk. So, honey, maybe in a few weeks I'll be moved up to the passenger seat. But right now, put me back there. So that is what we had today. Lord showed up and showed out, and I'm just excited. I am excited. And this is okay. This is how I'm going to leave for real, because it just hit me. Because this is how excited we are supposed to be, and we should be throughout our lives, right? Throughout the things that are going on, throughout the things through the fog, right? That we don't know what's laying on the other side. And sometimes we try to figure it out. And like I said, connect the dots, and we get worried and we get anxious, but we can just turn that into excitement. It's just the only difference between excitement and anxiety is the fact that these are just like inverted. Anxiety is inverted excitement, right? Just like fear and faith. It's really the same exact thing, but you're just, with fear, you're believing in something negative. And then with faith, you're believing in something positive. And so with excitement, you are believing in something positive, like you're excited. Anxiety, you are believing in something negative. That's it. That is the only difference. So if we just turn that and just like, okay, I'm feeling anxious, but wait a minute, that's showing me that I'm going down this negative road. But if I turn it, because what I don't have to worry about how the dots are going to connect. all I have to do is just show up. I just have to show up, get direction, and do it. Like, who can't do that? That is administrative work. Like, you can do that. It takes nothing. Just seek, get, and do. That's it. That's all you got to do. So if we can move that to excitement, this is how you start enjoying the process. And that's what I wasn't doing when I first got that program and that was dropped in my spirit. I wasn't enjoying the process because I was trying to force the process. I was trying to make things happen and on my own accord and in my own strength. And then once that was revealed to me, now I'm getting a chance to repeat it. So now come July 17th, honey, and going from this time on to the 17th, it is where I am enjoying the process because I am just excited about what God is going to do, as if I am actually a participant in the class. Like, look, actually, I'm going to be taking the class, but I'm excited because I'm like, yo, I know what I said. I know what I asked for. And I know that God said he would do it. So for me, I'm sitting here like, I am so excited about what God is going to do. He is going to move mountains. He is going to have, like, people are going to experience major shifts in this program. And I being one of them, I am going to make a shift. And so I'm excited about my progress and about everyone else's progress that's going to go through it. And so I'm excited about what he's going to do rather than worried about what may happen or what may not happen, or if I'm not going to be able to do this, or how I'm going to do this. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to enjoy the process. And I want you guys to do the same thing. Flip that switch, flip that perspective, and we're going to move from anxiety to excitement. So I will end on this note. I told y'all the program, it is starting July 17th. We got a new date. It's July 17th. So if you are interested in it and you are seeking that clarity and you want a shift and you want a transformation in your life, you want to get more clear about where you are headed, where it is that you're supposed to be going. And if you are overwhelmed, if you're stressed, if you're facing that anxiety, right, that we talked about, if you have trouble putting things on your shoulders and you've been bogged down for so long and don't even know how to start ripping those things out and unloading, if you don't know where to start, then you need to be in the program, honey. That's just point blank. You need to be in the program. So again, I'm going to drop the link in the comments so that you can click on it. You can read about it, what it is, and if it matches what it is that you are going through, and you see yourself in who I described, then I need you to sign up. I need you to sign up. But before you sign up, do me a favor and you check with God. Check with God first, and then get back to me. Because I want that to be a habit of all of ours before we move, even with something small, right? Even with this, and you thinking that this is a program that's supposed to be for my betterment. How could it not be something how could it not be something that's for me, right? And so I'm going to just do it. I don't want you to just do. Remember, we are exercising this habit. We are exercising this muscle so that it can just come. It can just do, like everything that we do. We're always seeking first. So I want you to seek first. So go to the website, read about it, get more informed. And then if it's something that you feel could work for you and you could see yourself in it, then I want you to ask about it. I want you to ask about it and then move when he tells you to move. So I am excited to attract everyone who is meant for this program in this program. I am excited for what God is going to do through me for this program. I'm excited to see him show up and show out. I am excited to see like the transformations and I am just going to be in awe of what he does because I know that it's not me. It isn't me. All I'm doing is just showing up. You know, he gave me gifts. I'm using them, but he's telling me what to do. So I can't take credit for it. But I'm excited. I'm excited for it. And I want you to be excited for your process as well. So that's how we're going to end. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day, a beautiful rest of the week, and just enjoy. And then I will see you guys next Wednesday again. And we'll talk. We're going to chop it up. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.